Hey everybody, welcome to Geek Addicts. Hello everybody and welcome to Geek Addicts, the pop culture podcast where we jump into a wardrobe and we might run into a goat or we might run into the incarnate of evil who plays with snow. I'm Bill and this is Matt. How you doing, Matt?
Oh, I'm doing just peachy today. It's gonna
It's
be
early.
hot.
It is early. I just woke up.
That's why we're recording so early, is because it's supposed to be fucking hot as shit. And I'm not trying to be up in this room at fucking any time past like now. So
Yeah. No, I hear you. It's been a morning. It's been a week. It's already been a month and we just started this one.
yeah, this is true. I've been a busy few days myself. I don't know what you've been up to over the holidays, but doing a whole lot of parades and fireworks and all sorts of nonsense.
I've been mostly just dealing with the week. I had a long work week because of all the we're in shutdown right now, so we're doing all maintenance stuff. And then I've been off I had Friday off thankfully, and my mom came up.
Yeah.
We hung out around here for a bit. Yesterday I was just exhausted most of the day, which it makes sense. It's been a couple days.
Yeah. Anybody shooting off fireworks in your neighborhood or
Oh,
many people?
they're still shooting them off. Like it ain't gonna stop
Yeah.
until probably Wednesday.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
I have the benefit of
we-
living next to an airport, though, so I'm just like kind of numb to it at this point.
That's fair. Yeah, we have like this yearly thing we go to every 3rd of July. It's there's this pond we go to where a buddy of ours lives, and they always do like a big fireworks show there on the 3rd. So we went there, and then when we left there, we ended up going to my in-laws because they live in downtown Plymouth.
Nice.
So we went there. We ended up dropping the car back at our house and stayed there pretty much until yesterday morning. Took the kids to the parade and everything. Frankie was very happy because she's super into fireworks. She likes them a lot.
Nice.
So 2 fireworks shows in 2 days. So she was very happy about that. She was wicked into the parade, which I gotta say, one of the best parades we've seen in Plymouth for a long time. Very long time. But one thing that happened that was pretty funny though is so I don't know if I mentioned it before, but my daughter's autistic, so like she has a very specific way that like her mind works. Like you can kind of see the gears turning, and like I don't know if anybody else would notice it, but I noticed like her train of thought with a lot of things. So she saw a dog and she was like, oh, that's the dog from Cinderella. That's Bruno. And then for some reason that like she associated that with the cat from Cinderella. So just the timing of it was perfect because at that moment, one of the like church sections, the Bible thumpers were going past in the parade. And as they're going past, she's just yelling, Lucifer, Lucifer. Because that's the cat's name from Cinderella. So it's just as all the Bible thumpers are walking by, she just sitting there yelling, Lucifer, Lucifer.
Did everyone still boo the politicians when they walked by?
I don't even know if I saw many politicians.
Might not be an election year. I know the last time I went to the parade in Plymouth, back when I was up there, all the politicians were like walking by, like campaigning, and I just remember them all getting booed mercilessly. I was like, yep. I don't even know what's not. I don't know what.
The only person I booed was my friend Tom, who was in the parade.
Okay. Yeah, there was just something funny about all the politicians walking by and just everyone just booing them. I was like, good. No one likes politicians.
This is true. So yeah, it was a good time. We had a fun time. Lots of food, lots of beer.
Yeah.
Just kind of didn't stop. Like today's the recovery day. Try to fucking pick up the pieces of real life.
Yeah. The older you get, the harder it is to get through these.
Yeah. My mother-in-law got me a mini fridge.
Nice.
For my little podcast setup up here. So now I can have cold drinks when it's fucking hot as shit.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. It's actually funny. Like I was expecting it to be heavier. It's not heavy like at all.
No, fridges are surprisingly not that bad. All in honesty. So we had plans for this episode, but unfortunately, technology decided to say no. So they will start next week, but we were originally going to do the first two of our series covering Darker Than Black, kind of similar to how we did Daima.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
technology's having a little fun with you right now, Bill. You sound like a robot.
Oh, geez. Wonderful. Well, thankfully it records from my end, so we should be fine. But is it still going or?
Yeah, it's still going. It's fine. I just wanted to point it
out. Yeah, unfortunately, because Darker Than Black is impossible to find like anywhere, I'm using totally legal audio files that Matt had given me. The problem is, so when I tried to play them, I got no audio. So I was like, okay, this is interesting. So I went and looked it up. Apparently it had to do with codecs being out of date or something. So I then looked up, I found a converter online. I was converting the files over. Mm-hmm. This was waste of time number one. So I convert the files over. The audio still won't play, and now the video looks like shit. And I was like, okay, that didn't work. So I went back to the original files, tried a different format. Video's gone now. Audio works now. I was like, great. So I went back again. And basically this went on for like, I tried it a bit last night, but I got so tired, I just gave up. I started again this morning. So then I got to this point where I was going to try, okay, so I have the audio with these files and I have the video with these files. Maybe if I just try and time them out. Windows Media Player doesn't like to play two files at once, I found out. So that didn't work either. Eventually, I said, fuck it, and I did the classic thing I should have done from the start. I went to Reddit. And I ended up finding out that there is a third-party video player that I can use that doesn't use... that's not like Windows based. That plays both the audio and video now. I should have just done that from the start, but I don't trust downloading things a lot. So I kind of had this was a last resort. I did finally figure it out though. So I've got the files working. So next week we hopefully will be able to start. But I was like, are you kidding me? Like it was like everything I tried just made it either worse or did nothing. It was technology's wonderful.
That's super weird. I've never had a problem with those files before, and I use Windows Media Player, so I don't understand. It's strange.
I don't know. Maybe the most recent Windows 10 doesn't like them or something. I don't know.
It could be. I don't know because I have it on, like I said, I have it on my hard drive, so I just plug it right into my TV and watch it like that.
That's the thing. I'm trying to watch it on my computer, so that's probably what's causing the problem.
Yeah,
that's
a shame. I watched those episodes 3 times this week in preparation. So
I know. I was like, when I saw you mention it, I was like, God damn it! I'm like trying to like get it working, see if I can at least squeeze them in, even if we were a little late. But I was like, no. By the time I got it working, I'm like, we'll be an hour late by then. So we'll just push it back to next week.
I was gonna say, like, it wouldn't have been that big a deal to push it an hour, but
yeah, I was just frustrated with it by then. So I probably wouldn't have been.
Wouldn't have been in a good mind space to be watching it.
Then when we covered it, I would have been all grumpy and probably would have just been like, shit, I don't care.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's better I can give it a week and then I'll watch it then. So.
Gotcha. Well, at least you
But
got it worked out. I mean, even if worst came to worst, you could just go to a totally legal website and watch it like that.
yeah, I'd have to do it on my phone or something probably because I'm always sketchy about that on my computer because it's like one virus and like the end of the world. But
Yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
but
That's true. Oh wait, you have a Vita, don't you?
it's not modded or anything.
You shouldn't need to mod it to put videos on it.
Well, actually, here's the problem. I can't connect my Vita to my computer anymore because the modern Windows 10 does not like the Vita's transfer system anymore.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't work anymore. So that's
technology.
yeah. Because I'm gonna honestly, if I'd have to do that, I'd have to like somehow put it on a flash drive and put it on my PS3 and then transfer it from my PS3 to my Vita. It'd be more work than it's worth.
Yeah,
so
that is complicated as fuck. I mean, technically, it's already on a flash drive, isn't it? Or no, I just put it directly into your computer. That's right.
it's on actually an external hard drive, but like that thing is on its last legs. So
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
but speaking of shows we've been watching, the Apothecary Diaries is getting very intense.
I haven't watched the newest episode yet,
Okay.
but I watched the one from last week, and that was getting pretty crazy. I
Oh, the
was
one that
not
gets
expecting things to get
they-
such a turn.
They to get dark for no reason.
It got super dark out of nowhere. It's like, what the
Like,
fuck?
because we get this goofy scene of Mao Mao eating bugs, and I'm like, okay, yeah, we're back to our normal shtick. And then also it's like child murder, and I'm like, oh, great, wonderful.
This is just lovely, just lovely.
That,
But
that entire family is fucked, like over there.
the upside though is we've already got confirmation for season 3, so
We did.
that's good.
Which,
That's
not
good.
surprising at all.
And I also I posted on the Discord, but we also got a confirmation that Freerun will be returning in January.
Oh, good. Yeah, they said
So-
2026, so I guess they mean 2026.
Well, the thing it was on Crunchyroll.com, so I know it's not bullshit, but it was
Yeah.
it said January 2026, so I'm excited for that.
I did watch the first episode of Don to Don season 2.
I have not. I had too much shit going on this weekend for that.
Yeah, no, I watched it as I was trying to fix the video files. Actually, I had on my phone, but yeah. All I'll say is I still don't really know what I think of the show. The new intro is 100 times less annoying, so that's good.
I like the old intro. I don't know where all of a sudden I'm hearing people found it annoying.
I just found it irritating. I was like, nah. It was like an instant skip every time.
Really? I thought the song was good.
I don't know. Too high. It was too high pitched for me, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, there were some points where it did get like super kind of screechy a little bit.
It was too screechy and too hyper active, I guess. Like it was all over the place, and I was just like, no, I don't have time for that.
That's fair. Yeah, there was a lot of like tone shifts too, like mid song.
Yeah. All I'll say about the first episode without spoiling anything is this show goes places sometimes where I'm just like, this is uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, for sure. From the first episode.
Oh yeah. There's like 3 moments in the first episode of season 2 where I was just like, oh, I don't know if I like this.
I mean, considering where season 1 ended. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about
I
forgot about the cliffhanger. So like with starting this, I was like, what the fuck's going on?
Oh, I didn't forget that. That was that show. Ugh. All right.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I'll probably keep up with it. I don't know if I'll give season 2 a shot. If it doesn't hook me by season 2, I'm probably not going to continue on with it. But
I mean, I'll probably keep watching it as long as it doesn't get too fucking stupid. Because I mean, I do find I do find a lot of the humor hits a lot of the time. I am curious to see where it goes, but it does seem like very extra.
I just wish it wasn't so overhyped because like the hype, it's not living up to the hype for me.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Other than that, I finished High Score Girl. That was the only other anime I watched.
Nice. My Hero Vigilante just wrapped up. Last week was the last episode. Only 13 episodes this season, so not too bad.
I'll probably watch that once I start that eventually.
Yeah. Trying to think what else. I'm moving along quite a bit in Inuyasha. I was actually thinking that we should maybe do an episode on Inuyasha like when I finish the original show, and then have a separate episode for final chapters.
Yeah,
or the final act, whatever.
Do Yashahime as its own thing because that'll be its own discussion.
Yeah, maybe we'll save Yashahime when we finish Dark of the Black, and we could do it in the same.
Yeah, we can do that.
Or I don't know. We'll talk about it later. Maybe we could do that as just its own episode. Because the thing is like I like doing what we're doing with Daima and what we're gonna do with Dark of the Black, but like I don't know if I want to do that with a multi-season show. But I know it's only 2, but still.
It's 48 episodes. That might be a bit much.
I feel like sticking to shorter ones or a single season shows is probably for the best.
Yeah, like 26 at most.
Yeah, for sure. Which is actually exactly what Dark of the Black season 1 is.
Yeah.
I
think other announcements we got. Black Clover's coming back.
I still haven't gotten around to that one yet. It's on my list. I just haven't gotten there.
Yeah, it was hyped. That's all I'll say. Like people saw that and they were like, "Hell yeah, finally!" So
very
nice. Good. We'll get more of that.
I read Solo Leveling Volume 12.
Yep.
That shit got fucking wild out of nowhere. Like I forgot where Volume 11 had ended. And like, yeah, it gets pretty nuts. A lot of shit happens in that 12th volume.
Yeah. And we only got one more, which is insane.
I thought there was 14. Is it 13?
I believe it's only 13.
Oh. I don't know why I thought it was 14. Maybe I'm getting it confused with the Soul Eater books that I'm collecting right now.
Maybe. Let me double check. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Well, this doesn't help me at all. Okay, so it might actually be 14.
Okay.
I'll have to double check on that because I swear it only said 13.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of stuff to wrap. But you can't do a whole war in one volume. Like,
yeah.
I don't care how overpowered Jinwoo is. Can't condense that to one volume. It's got to be at least 2.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll find out.
But yeah, aside from that, I finally got a hold of the volumes I needed, so I'm reading Chainsaw Man now.
Nice.
I've gotten through volume 4. I haven't started volume 5 yet. So we just went through like the whole thing where all the people who made contracts with the Gun Devil just killed a bunch of the people. And Denji and Power just had their training. And I think they're like, what's his name? Aki just made his contract with the future devil.
Yes.
So I'm still in the field of what happened in the anime, but I'm coming close to the end of that. I actually think that'll wrap up in volume 5. So.
Yep. And then you get to the Rise arc.
All the new stuff.
Yeah. When she starts speaking Russian, just remember that is supposed to be like that, and it's not a translation error.
Okay.
Because the amount of times on the manga collecting subreddit someone posts, "Is my manga defective?" I'm like, everyone's like, you're stupid. Go away.
Did I get the Russian version?
Yeah. This obviously Russian character that randomly starts speaking Russian was totally a misprint.
Yeah.
Anyways, I laugh because every time I see that, I'm like, Jesus Christ, people. It's the joke. It is the joke. That movie got announced for October, by the way.
Yes, I'm excited about that. We're getting Chainsaw Man in October. fucking the new Stephen King movie, the Long Walk, comes out in September. I'm quite excited about that. It's gonna be a good fall. Good fall for movies.
No, definitely.
For sure.
Definitely. Yeah, you're gonna be in for some stuff with the future Chainsaw Man volumes.
Oh, I bet. Because how many are right now?
18.
18. So I think the library has up to 17. So I'd have to request the 18th book because they can get them from other. Actually, you know what's funny is when I requested the 12th solo leveling, I'm pretty sure they like actually bought the volume specifically because I requested it. Because, well, first of all, it looked pristine, and when I opened it up, it had the stamp for the library I was using. So I was like, and I know that for a fact they only had up to 10 at that particular library. So pretty sure they just bought it specifically because I asked for it. I like the libraries do that. It's nice. It's definitely nice.
Yeah. Now for Chainsaw Man, you'll be good up to 11 because that's the end of part 1.
Yeah, that's what I took out. I have up to 11. So
okay. Yeah, part 12 onward is the start of part 2 where things get, I think, interesting until they get weird, but I'll leave that up to you to decide.
Fair enough. I also I meant to mention it last time, but I did look ahead and I figured out roughly like how much we'll be reading for the next manga thing for Death Note. I think it's going to be about a half a volume more than we usually read, so not that much more.
Okay.
But I just can't justify cutting it off earlier because it's just such a rounded out place that I chose for it. So we'll read a little bit more than we have been, but considering we've only been reading 2 volumes each, it's not that bad.
Okay. That should be good. Any other things, or do you want to get into the topic for today's episode?
I think we pretty much covered it.
Yeah, I haven't been playing games at all, so.
Really fucking the fake out we got. The fake out we got.
You mean Steve fucking with us? Yeah.
Yep. That was rude.
Clever though. Why didn't anyone think of this before? He could have said, he could have said nothing and totally, like, we probably all would have totally bought it.
I mean, I was questioning it because, like, one of those things, like, when I wanted to pick this game for it, it was, like, when I looked it up on how long to beat, it was, like, a little bit longer than, what people usually choose for the game club. But I think a lot of that is just, like, the taking into account, like, the time it takes you to read all the stuff, and nobody's gonna fucking sit there and read it all. It's literally just a show.
Yeah.
But, like, I was thinking about that, like, the amount of time, like, damn, he must have, like, literally started at the stroke of midnight to fucking beat it at this time today.
No, he was just fucking with us, which is great.
Yeah, I started that a little bit. I haven't gotten to the time skip yet. I'm still on, like, the early bits, but just like I said, it's just been a busy weekend, so I haven't really had an opportunity to play. And the few times where I had an opportunity, I was either so tired or so tipsy that I just didn't want to do it.
Yeah, that was kind of why I didn't do a ton of anime watching last night. I was just so tired.
Yeah, it's been hectic for sure.
But
yeah, I think we could jump into it now.
Yeah. So we're doing something a little different. We're talking about technically a movie, but we also are going to bring up the novel adaptation of the Chronicles of Narnia, Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. I just realized I was a child and wrote my name on the spine 3 times because, my God, I think people would understand it's mine.
Yeah, right.
Fucking child. But
although that being said, that particular copy isn't exactly. I mean, if something happened, I'm sure you could replace it pretty easily and pretty cheap.
Yeah. Well, as a child, like, books were expensive. How much was this back in the day? Oh, it was only $20. That's actually not too bad.
Yeah, buying it new is not bad at all.
2001. Wow. What a throwback.
Yeah, right.
This is a cool volume though. It has all 5 books. It is 5, right?
7.
7, yes.
But they were like, so it's weird because the order you're supposed to read them is different than the order they were released.
Yeah, because the Lion Witch and the Wardrobe was the first one released, but it's technically the second story.
Yeah, it was the first one published, but then ironically, I think it was like the second to last book that he wrote.
Ah. We had a freeze there for a minute.
Oh, did I cut out?
I think we just froze, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe was the first one written. But the first one you're supposed to read is technically, I think, the 6th one that was written. The Magician's Nephew.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how it's done in this version.
Which we still have yet to see adapted.
Yeah, because they only adapted 3 of the books, right?
For Disney's version, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know how far. I feel like the BBC, the old one, did more when I was looking into it. But they never covered that one in particular.
Gotcha.
Which makes me, because I don't know if you heard anything about this, but I'm pretty sure it was right around the same time that Netflix announced the live action Avatar, which was years ago at this point. They had also announced that they were working on a Narnia series because they had gotten the rights. Haven't heard anything about that since.
I wonder if it has to do a lot with the disastrous reception that the Avatar show got.
Well, you'd think they would have been working on it in tandem, so like we would have been getting updates this whole time. But every now and then I'd see something about Greta Gerwig talking about doing Narnia, but like I never heard any like specifics about what's going on or casting or anything like that. The only thing I ever heard was super early on, people were talking about like how it might actually start with Magician's Nephew, which I was really hoping for because I love that one.
To be honest, I don't think they would be able to fuck it up as much as they fucked up Avatar.
Probably not. I mean, it depends, you know? It depends on how seriously they take it because they took, say, a series of unfortunate events seriously, and they did that right. They brought the author on, they listened to him, but then they did Avatar, and they fucked it up so much the creators left the project.
Because they wouldn't listen to them.
Yeah. So it's one of those
weird.
like they've had successes and then they've had hard failures, you know.
Oh yeah, it's like you look at the anime space, they had One Piece, which is beloved, and then they had Cowboy Bebop, which, even though I've heard isn't actually that bad, was not beloved by any means.
I think we should do that one. It's actually I was thinking like doing the live action anime series in the same style as we've been doing like Daima and what we'll be doing with Darker Than Black. Maybe after we finish Darker Than Black, we'll do like Yu Yu Hakusho or something.
Yu Yu Hakusho, yes. We can't do that for One Piece because Alex would appear from the ground and murder us. But
I mean, to be fair, like, you know, that could be our coverage, and you guys could do like at that point you will have watched all of it, so you guys could just do a full overview of season 1 on your show. Just saying.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll at least tuck that one away because we still have Yu Yu Hakusho and Bebop to work with before we need to resort to that. So either way, it's fine. So yeah.
Well, we'll see if that if it ever sees the light of day. Knowing Netflix, they might have just quietly canceled it one day.
It's possible.
But sure. What's interesting is I was looking at this a little bit. The novel is from 1950, which it's an pretty old book at this point. And it's been adapted a lot. Like there was the 10-part serial broadcast in 1967, which I've never seen. There was a 2-part animated miniseries in 1979. I've also not seen.
I wasn't even aware of that one.
I'm just learning this now, actually. There was the 1988 BBC version, which I have seen, because there's a moment in it that I still think is the funniest thing ever.
Yeah.
I think we watched that one in school at one point too, which is interesting.
I didn't watch it at school, but I believe my aunt had rented it from Blockbuster, and that was how I watched it.
Hmm. I think for me what it was is like, because the movie famously came out in 2005, so that was right around the end of elementary school for
Yeah,
both of us. Um,
yeah, give or take.
and schools were looking for books to have us read around that point. I believe Lion Witch and the Wardrobe was one of those books. And I think it came out at that perfect time where they were like, oh, good, we can watch the movie and then we can watch the later movie adaptation. It was fun.
Hmm.
And then they stopped caring about Narnia the second that was all over. Because I remember the sequels had none of the hype that this one did.
No, they didn't. I honestly, I feel, especially watching it now and like seeing like how much like effort they put into like making like the big battle at the end and everything. Like, and when it came out, I feel like Disney saw what Lord of the Rings was doing and we're like, shit, we need something like that. So that I think that was why they put so much effort into The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe and wanted to make it like a full movie series like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. It's really funny to me too. You watch the 2005 film, and there are so many moments throughout that film where it's like, wow, that looks really cool. Like even for 2000 today, like it still looks pretty good overall.
Yeah, even just the CG with Aslan.
Yeah, that was surprisingly decent animal CG
Hmm.
for the time. What's funny though is like I think of like there's like scenes later in the movie, particularly the scene where like he's captured and like the big stone table scene.
Mm-hmm.
That scene is dark as fuck in the BBC version.
Oh, is it? It's been so long since I watched it.
Because it's a puppet, so it's so bizarre like how like fucked up they made it. But then it gets
Hmm.
immediately ruined by the stone table just going like this because I'll never let that go. It's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Hmm.
Because in the Disney movie, it's like this grand fucking scene, and like the stone table's like this huge thing. Like it actually looks impressive, not just a fucking card table that's made of stone.
Yeah,
Um,
right.
it's just crazy, like looking back at it.
um, so we do have a few big names in this film. The most notable being Liam Neeson as Lion Jesus.
Yeah.
It's not subtle. Narnia is very much a Christian allegory, and it's very obvious if you actually like take a second to look at it.
I wonder if that's partially the reason why the new series is struggling to. We haven't heard much about it because this is a series I don't think would do well nowadays. Just the way the new current way the world is.
It could. Well, I mean, this. I'm sure there's ways they can make it work. I mean, even if they just like found a way to like kind of modernize it,
I just
I'm
feel
sure
like
they would do.
like I'm not a religious person by any means. I'm pretty indifferent. But I just have a feeling like the modern like the way people view religion these days, they'd have to like tone down so much of this film. And
Yeah, I guess so.
I feel like you'd get one of those things where like they tone it down, then you'd get the woke crowd crying that they changed it too much, and I just be like, you won't be able to fucking appease anybody.
No, I mean, there's always gonna be somebody who's upset no matter which direction you go.
That's why I kind of just go back to the originals, and I'm like, this is pretty good.
Yeah, I just wish they kept going. They were supposed to. I think they were gonna do Silver Chair next, but I'm just happy we got Voyage of the Dawn Treader because I like that one a lot.
I'm actually curious how. Yeah, so box office, just a little backstory. The first movie, box office, 180 million budget, 745 million box office, so massive success.
Mm.
How did Prince Caspian do? Oh, Wikipedia, stop being annoying. There we go. Prince Caspian had a bigger budget. It was 225 million. And it made 419 million. So definitely not the same smash success, but it was still successful.
Mm-hmm.
Then we get Voyage of the Dawn Treader, which had a smaller budget, 140 to 155 million, but made about the same as Prince Caspian. So still successful. So I don't really understand why they didn't make another one. Maybe it just people lost interest because they were gonna do. Yeah, they were gonna do Silverchair.
I think it was like a development hell kind of thing. Like it just took too long to get off the ground. And by the time it got to a point where they could have, they just gave up.
Hmm. Yeah,
And depending on how long it was taking, the kids were also getting older. Which actually, come to think of it, wouldn't have mattered that much because Silverchair, none of the Pevensies are in it. It's their cousin and his friend that are like the main kids in that movie.
Yeah. Oh, there's like a little article too about the Netflix reboot. Yeah, it was announced and that's it.
Yeah,
So,
pretty much. It was like literally right around like within like a month of the Avatar series being announced. And yeah. Haven't heard anything else about it yet. And that was years ago. So I don't know.
yeah.
At this point, I don't have much hope.
No, I mean, at this point, I guess we can just be happy we got a good We've had a couple good adaptions of it over the years.
Excuse me. But one of the other big names, and this is actually like this role for him was before he really became a big name. This was actually like his first big breakout role was James McAvoy as Mr. Tumnus.
Oh yeah, I didn't even realize that was him.
Oh yeah, this is like his first like big movie role. I kind of like put him on the path, which is really funny with all the things that I've seen him in now because like this is such a fucking left turn to like where he ended up.
I did not even
getting.
I did not even make the connection that he becomes young Xavier.
Yeah, he's young Professor X. He was the fucking crazy dude in Split. Like that was the movie where I was like, oh, this dude can fucking act. This dude is fantastic. He's one of my favorite actors.
And he got to start playing Goatman.
Yep. It's pretty silly. It's pretty silly. And it was especially like when I actually went back and watched it, like I think last year or the year before, and I was like, holy shit! I didn't even realize that was him.
Yeah. Looking at some of the other actors and actresses, I don't really recognize most of them. Not sure if they were one and dones or any of them had.
The only other notable one for me, I don't remember the actor's name, but who played the professor? Because he played a character in the Harry Potter films, and he played a character in the Inkheart film.
James Brockman.
Yeah, and he does good stuff. He wasn't super prominent in this movie, but I like the scenes he was in for sure.
Yeah, looking at a lot of them had other stuff, but like these were like the most well-known roles, I believe.
All the kids pretty much stopped acting after Narnia. Like,
yeah. I mean, one of them, the actress for Lucy, her Wikipedia page is literally the photos of her from 2008, and it's at the premiere of Prince Caspian. So that's a sign right there.
Yeah. So they kind of start kind of intense with this movie because they kind of just lean like straight into the World War II shit.
Mm-hmm. Sure do.
It doesn't go for too long, but it's like way more intense than you expect it to be.
It's straight up like surviving. It's straight up surviving the Blitz. Like, yeah. Jeez.
So yeah, they end up in the professor's house because this is the point where all the kids in England are pretty much getting shipped away.
Yeah.
Or rather in like London, like the heavily populated areas are getting shipped off to the countryside. And they end up at the professor's house, and like, so obviously we have the whole scene where Lucy goes through the wardrobe, meets Mr. Tumnus, has her whole thing, and then none of them believe her, which, you know, typical.
I love how dramatic they make the whole thing in this movie, where it's like she's like in another world. Because I always remember in the BBC version, like she just goes in the wardrobe. She's like, "Oh, look, you're in Winter Wonderland now. Have fun. Look, it's Goat
Yep.
Man. It's your buddy."
There he is.
This one, there's actually like they play it up like it's actually going into another world. Like it's not just like, yeah, behind this curtain is just it's clearly a prop set. Like,
mhm. But yeah, I love the whole like conversation when they're talking to the professor about like, oh, I don't know what's wrong with Lucy. She's never really does this shit before, you know, and like he's just like going through this whole thing. It's just like, well, if she's usually the truth teller and your brother's usually the one lying, then and you don't think she's crazy, then she must be telling the truth. It's like this whole thing, and like I love how he doesn't think to mention like because they don't really bring attention to it here at all, but he is the little boy from the magician's nephew.
yes,
Bro literally witnessed the birth of Narnia. So like he knows this place exists as soon as he heard wardrobe, because there's a whole like thing with how the wardrobe was made. But so like he instantly knows, like he knows Aslan, he knows all that shit. And like he's just like, no, maybe listen to her a little bit more. That's pretty much all he says.
yeah. It's one of those things where it's like we're writing a book, but we're not going to write the prequel until years later. So you're going to just constantly be in suspense.
Yeah. Why? How do you know these things, old man?
He's a kooky old man. That's it's the comedy.
Hmm.
Then you realize, oh no, he's actually a lot deeper than you think.
So the scene when Edmund first goes into the wardrobe and he meets the White Witch, like
I forgot how
I don't
much
know.
of a little shithead he was in this movie.
Oh yeah, which weirdly enough, like he's not even the character I like the least out of the four kids. Honestly, if I'm being totally real, I don't particularly like any of them.
No, they're all pretty annoying. Honestly, Edmund's arguably the most interesting one just because he's the most developed.
Yeah, he actually goes through development, and everyone else is just kind of there.
Yeah.
Like, because like
Like,
Peter's just so like, the oldest, you know, he's like
he's
what,
generic designated hero character.
yeah, and then Susan, I mean,
She's there.
she's not as bad in this one, but like in some of the later ones, she just gets super annoying. And like spoiler for like way down the line, but by the time like they're all kind of grown and past Narnia, she's the only one who just is in denial that it ever happened.
Yeah.
Like she's just like, oh, all those games we played as kids, and they're all just like, okay, but that actually happened. It was real. And then Edmund, you know, he goes through his shit. He's like the traitor amongst them, but then he develops, and then in the later ones, he's like kind of just cool.
Yeah. Well, because he's got the redemption arc, and then he's like kind of the one that he's the only one that people has a designated character now. So everyone's like, okay, yeah, we can lean into this guy a bit.
Yeah. And then there's Lucy, who
She's kind of
I don't know why. Yeah, I just find her annoying. I do. She's too much of like the innocent young girl character. It's like all she's got going for her.
Yeah, pretty much. She was annoying in the BBC doc. She was annoying in this movie. Like she's kind of annoying in the book. Like
Yeah.
it's
So
amazing
it's one of
how-
those things where it's like I feel like I like the animal characters more than the kids.
Yeah, honestly, hell, the freaking the white witch is like way more interesting than most people.
Yeah. And like I was wondering how they were gonna handle that, because she's supposed to be like half giant. So like she's supposed to be like fucking like 7.5 feet tall and super, super big. She's obviously not that tall here, but because she's the only human she's being compared to with height are children, you kind of like don't notice it unless you're looking for it.
Yeah,
Because she still looks like tall and imposing, but that's because she's standing next to children.
yeah. But then you see her next to Mr. Tumnus, and it's like, like,
Yeah.
I'm
Also, I
sure
don't know what was going
nowadays.
on with those, like she had like dreads.
Yeah, her design in the new movie was interesting.
Yeah, some of the different hairstyles she was going with were a Honestly, one of them looked like, I don't know if that happened in the high school you went to, but like during like Spirit Weeks, there'd be like a bunch of girls who would like put like a bottle on their head and like tie their hair around it, so it would make their hair like. That's kind of what it looked like to me, and I just found it very funny.
You know, if they did that in my school, I don't remember.
Fair enough.
I don't even remember what my school did for Spirit Week, to be perfectly honest.
Fair enough. But yeah, so Edmund meets the White Witch, and like this is like the only bit where she's actually like trying to be like nice to trick him. Well, the second he comes back, she instantly switches back to like, no, you're a fucking moron.
You know what's really funny though? Like in the BBC version, the turn is actually, if you don't know the book, the turn is actually more surprising because her actress was like way too nice in her first appearance.
Mm.
In the Disney movie, it's like, yeah, you can see right through the bullshit. Like it's not even she's not even really subtle.
The fact the little dwarf guy tried to fucking like cut his head off the second he saw him kind of gives a different kind of vibe.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very very interesting, I guess is the easiest way of putting it.
I feel like a lot of the dwarves in Narnia are just kind of shitty.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the characters just in general are all over the place.
Yeah. I mean, it is kind of a thing in fantasy where dwarves are usually the more hard-headed kind of race, but like here it just seems like they just like, yeah, we're on the bad guy side.
I just find
I know there are good dwarves later, but still.
Yeah. I do find it amusing too. Her whole entire thing is she's just freezing Narnia just to freeze Narnia.
Yeah, I like it cold. Fuck it.
Turn everyone.
I want to ride my sleigh. It's always winter and never Christmas.
Yeah.
Until Santa Claus shows up, then it's Christmas.
Yeah.
Did you remember that happened?
No.
That just randomly, it's just, oh, Santa Claus. What's up, man?
Yeah, that's such a weird moment where it's like, okay, he's here.
Yep.
Oh,
I think it's funny too that like, huh?
I always remember that scene too because he gives them their armor and like weapons and shit.
Yeah.
And then Edmund just gets them later, and it's just like a.
Sure. No, Edmund gets nothing. He just gets given like basic ass war shit. Yeah. He doesn't get the special magic Santa gifts.
No,
he's too busy being a little shit.
He does get he has like full like weaponry later though, and I'm just like, okay, I'm sure they're all just about on the same level anyways, so it's not like it's a big deal.
It's a good thing they had child-sized armor laying around.
Yeah, all right.
Not just armor for centaurs and minotaurs and shit.
I just always remember like it's like, Peter, you get a sword. Susan, you get a bow. Lucy, here's a stick. Enjoy that. Like, you're good.
No shit. Also, I'm pretty sure Susan only shoots like one arrow the whole fucking time. Like she shoots one person during that whole battle.
She's no Kagome. That's all I'll
say. Nope. So I don't even know why she got that bow. I mean, she could have at least been like on the hilltop just shooting people down like Legolas. Like they just didn't do that.
Well, you would have had to have been useful at that point, and she doesn't do anything in this movie.
Yeah.
She really doesn't do anything in this movie, I think about it.
Except just be fucking
there.
Stupid.
Like,
well, it says the thing is like, so like you got the oldest boy who's like, oh, I'm the leader. You got the oldest girl who like is trying to be like the good one. Like she's the one sitting there trying to be all rational. She's the one fucking like going super hard with schooling and all that other shit. Like she's the try hard of the siblings. And then Edmund just has super middle child syndrome.
Yeah.
So like much. They're kind of just like caricatures. They're like stereotypes.
Like not only does he have middle child syndrome, he's not even the first middle child.
Yeah. Well, see, that's what Susan gets the benefit of also being the oldest girl.
Yeah.
Edmund's just like
yeah.
But
And then
So Edmund decides to betray his family for I don't even know what the fuck Turkish delight is.
it's so when we were in elementary school, when we were reading this book, our teacher actually imported Turkish delight so we could try it. It's like a weird, it's like Jello.
Yeah, I was gonna say when he was eating it, it looked kind of like powdered mochi almost.
Kind of, it's like a Jello thing covered in sugar.
Yeah, it's
To be honest, it was kind of like this. It was a pain in the ass to eat one, and I was just like, nah, I'm good.
yeah. Honestly, like just looking at it, I was like, that doesn't look very good. Like that's really the candy you're gonna betray your family for? Like,
Yeah, I know, right? I was like, it's like,
of all
goddamn, man.
things.
I guess England is different. I don't know. I'll have to ask some
I
of
mean,
my English
this
friends.
was also like the 30s or early 40s.
Yeah, and it was written in the 50s, so
Yeah,
things were different then. I just
couldn't
laugh
get
about
all
it.
these. We couldn't get all these fancy treats back then.
Even in modern connotation though, just like the thought of like I'm gonna betray my family for some candy.
Yeah, right.
It's like, okay, buddy.
Apparently, this is before Stranger Danger because he just accepts candy from a total stranger who's obviously a bad person.
Yeah, some random lady with her like slave army shows up and offers you some candy and you just take it. It's like cool. in a
Mm,
snowy wonderland inside your wardrobe.
yeah, but when they all end up in Narnia and they're all just looking at Edmund like, bro,
Yeah.
you're an asshole. And
Yeah.
Peter was just being a super dick to him for like no reason most of the time. Like, yeah, Edmund could be a little shit, but Peter was definitely taking it too far.
Yeah, it's like I'm not even shocked he ended up leaving, betray them, because it's like, yeah, you guys treated him like shit.
And Lucy was the only one who really wasn't treating him like shit, but I think in a way he almost resented her more for that.
Yeah, well, he kind of like gaslights her the whole time because she's like, "See, I told you it was real," and he's like, "Yeah, it's totally real. I want candy. I'm gonna pretend
Yeah.
I care."
For real. Also, I love the scene where after he leaves them at the Beaver's place, and he goes to the castle, and he just starts drawing mustaches on the statues.
Yeah, because he finds the other lion, and he's like, not even like fucking like he's like already been turned to stone. What a joke! And draws a mustache on it. I'm just like, you're an asshole.
You know what's funny is I'm pretty sure later, once all the statues are woken up, I'm pretty sure it still has the mustache.
Yeah.
Which it's a fun touch. I'm glad they did that.
Still remember the scene where he's thrown in the cell and he runs into Mr. Tumnus, who's been kidnapped by then.
Yeah, because Edmund sold him out.
Yeah, because they eventually go to his house and see he's not there, and it's like it's supposed to be the traumatic experience for Lucy, but the audience is kind of just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a child crying, no one cares.
Everyone's just like, yeah, let's leave. Let's go back home.
He's not here. Let's go home. Yeah, the scene where he gets fucking turned to stone is pretty dark. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, for sure.
Because he's easily the most likable character in this movie by this point.
Oh yeah, for sure. Except maybe the Beavers. I do like the Beavers.
Yeah, they were fun too. Just chilling.
Yep. Just being beavers.
Well, like,
they're running away from the wolves and like all the snow and ice is melting. And they're like, oh no, the ice is breaking. But you're a beaver. You can build a dam, right? He's like, not in 2 seconds.
Yeah, that's good. I do love that scene is like so random too. It's like this place has been just covered in snow. And it's like suddenly it's like, oh yeah, Aslan cares now, so it's suddenly gonna melt the snow. Like
that's kind of how it happens though. Like every time like a new book starts and like, oh no, there's this awful thing happening in Narnia. Oh look, Aslan decided to care and do something about it.
Aslan decided
after hundreds of years.
I guess I should care now. Like because this I will say the scene where they have to cross the melting river, that scene is goes so unnecessarily hard in the remake.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm like this was not this epic in the book. Not even close.
I And like the part where like they finally get confronted by the wolves and like Peter's trying to like fight them off or whatever.
Mm.
But like what fucking like I don't care if this is like pre-television and shit. Like, bro, you know that's not how you hold a sword. Like, it's just a fucking given.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's stupid. It's stupid.
Say what you will about George Lucas's later Star Wars films, but my God, the sword choreography in those was so good for the time.
Yeah, for sure.
I say this just because Star Wars Episode 3 came out right around the same time. So
did Pirates, which also had very good sword choreography.
yeah, I gotta rewatch those.
Yeah, well that's one we'll be touching on at some point in the future.
Yeah. Yeah, so like I forgot how fast paced this movie was.
But at the same time, it feels like it's too long. Like, because the book is really short.
The book is really short. You know what's weird? The book and movie starts really slow. Like the first, like basically up from the start up until the point where where Edmund betrays them is super slow. And then after that, it's like it's too fast. Like they like pick up the pace a little too much after that.
Well, I feel like that's a thing with a lot of like fantasy novels, especially if it's going to be a series. The first one usually tends to start kind of slow. Lord of the Rings did, Narnia did. I haven't read that, but I assume Game of Thrones is the same, or whatever the fuck, Song of Ice and Fire. But the only exception out of the ones I've read has been the Witcher books. Like I feel like that starts and just kind of, but I think that one has the benefit of starting with short stories as opposed to like trying to set up the whole thing.
Yeah.
So I think that's part of the reason why I feel like things move along quicker at the beginning of that series. So yeah, they finally get to like, by this point it's like full on spring. Like all the snow has melted like pretty quickly.
Oh yeah, we didn't even touch on it. The whole reason why they end up going into Narnia is the stupidest fucking thing too.
Oh yeah, because they broke a window.
They broke a window, run and hide in the wardrobe.
Yeah, because that's gonna help. Like they're just gonna forget that you broke the window if you hide in the wardrobe for a little bit. Like it's just stupid. Where are you gonna go, bro? Like you're gonna have to see them eventually.
To Narnia, of course.
Yeah. So yeah, they finally get there and they meet Aslan. They go through the whole thing where they have to like tell him that Edmund betrayed them.
Yeah.
And Aslan kind of has like a circle of life talk with Peter on like the top of the cliff.
I will say this is such a goofy looking scene too, just because as good as the Aslan CGI model is, like the way the model's good, but the actual like implementing it into the real world is a little dated these days.
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah, this is a scene for the time, all right.
This sure is the mid 2000s.
Like though he's giving this whole like talk to Peter, and the whole time I'm like, it's very fascinating, Liam Neeson, but this character's so boring, I just don't care.
Yeah, exactly. I do love the choice of Liam Neeson for Aslan.
Oh yeah, he's great. Like the more movies I see with him, the more I kind of like him as an actor.
Yeah, he does good stuff for sure.
Yeah, that whole scene is so fucking goofy. Because I remember, because like by then they also rescue Edmund shortly after this.
Yeah, because the White Witch showed up, and well, no, because they break him free first.
Yeah, they break him free, and then this is where the stone table scene happens, where
well, no, because he gets back to them somehow. I don't remember exactly how it happened, but then like she shows up and they're like, "Hey, the rules of magic for the world or whatever he's a traitor for you guys, so like I get him. That's like the rule. And if you don't give him to me, then fucking Armageddon will happen.
Yeah.
Because
So
that's just how
then,
the world works, apparently.
Aslan gives himself instead, and this is where the whole stone table thing happens, where they cut his mane off and then chain him to the table, and then he dies.
Yeah, they stab him.
But because he's lying, Jesus, he comes back like a day later, fully restored.
Also, I don't know if you picked up on this, but just another one of those Christian tie-ins. Just the fact that the White Witch's name is Jadis.
Yeah,
it's very, very close to Judas.
They weren't. Old C.S. Lewis was not subtle while writing this.
No, well, he was a very, very, very good Christian boy.
Yeah, I mean, it was the 50s.
I mean, he and Tolkien both were. He was a lot less subtle about how that stuff with that stuff in his fantasy story.
Yeah.
And even the Stone Table, it's like, okay, so we're crucifying him, and then he's gonna come back to life.
The Stone Table is epic as fuck in the fucking Disney movie, though. Like, it's this giant fucking altar, basically.
Yep. And then the mice bite him free.
Yep. And it, like, when it breaks, it's like destroyed. I'm like, that's cool. It's not just not just doing this shit.
I love that. Like, after all that shit happened, she's just like, okay, I'm still gonna go kill the kids.
Oh yeah, there's illustrations.
They do have the illustrations in that one. I couldn't remember if it was if they had those in the big collected volume.
Yeah, they're pretty small, like tiny little things, but like,
yeah, because I only read the Magician's Nephew and the Lion of the Witch of Wardrobe as a child because I had the singles for those. I didn't get the big book of them until later, and I didn't read them until like way later, like all of them. So I'm still fairly new to like the later books. The first two I read a few times as a kid.
Yeah. No, 100%. Yeah, so he obviously comes back, Aslan, and then this is kind of where like the war starts, like the big battle.
Yeah, which was actually pretty cool. Like, I like the way that they handled a lot of that. It wasn't nearly as like, I mean, it was epic in like the scale of it, but it was still a Disney movie meant for little kids. So like,
very minimal blood. Like,
there wasn't much going on for blood. There wasn't a whole lot of like, you ever like felt in danger, the whole thing.
No, because I like, whenever I think of like specific scenes, like, well, because before that we also get the whole like thing where like Aslan goes and frees all the people turned to stone, which in this movie was a lot more interesting than in the BBC film where he just breathes on them and that turns them into stone. I mean, frees them.
Yeah, well, actually, that's the breathing on them thing. I think that's actually how it happens in the book.
It probably is. It's just so the way they did it with the puppet was so freaking bad.
Do you think that's how he like thawed, like got rid of like the snow? Was he just going around breathing on everything?
I thought just because he was like this like giant glowing lion running around.
Maybe something like that. It was weird.
Yeah, this is a weird book. The more I revisit it.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, they get through, but they're having that whole big battle, and I think Peter was fighting the White Witch for a while.
Yeah, I remember that because I remember there's this whole thing where like Edmund gets like mortally wounded, because of course he does.
Yeah, because I think Edmund stepped in, like Peter got knocked down or something, and Edmund stepped in and started fighting her. Did he break her staff?
I believe that's what happens.
Like the staff that like lets her like turn people to stone and shit.
Yeah, I think that's what I remember. That was it.
Yeah. So like that pissed her off, and then she stabbed him or whatever.
Yeah, she stabbed him with like the broken end of it. That's what it was.
Yeah. Also, like how she rode into that battle too. Well, first of all, she like completely abandoned like the whole white witch thing because she just changed into like a different outfit.
Well, yeah, she was like,
more
"Well, goddamn, my snow's gone. I have to be in style now for the new
yeah.
battle."
But like this bitch rides in like a straight up chariot.
Yeah, she's very vain. She's very
Yeah,
vain.
it was. I don't know, just like the look. Like she was given some serious Borg Queen vibes.
Yeah, just a
To the
bit.
point, honestly, to the point where when I rewatched this movie for the first time like a year or two ago, I actually had to like Google it because I was like, did this bitch play the Borg Queen? Because she was giving off some serious vibes.
Yeah, I actually did check that as well because there was two Borg queens, and she doesn't play either of them. I don't believe, even though she kind
I
of
thought
looks.
I thought there was three. I thought there was like the original one from the movie, and then there was another one from Voyager, and then one in Picard.
Oh, I forgot she was in Picard, so maybe there was three.
Um, but yeah, like she definitely gave off those vibes big time.
Yeah. No, but she did not
Um,
play the Borg queen.
but then, yeah, for sure. Yeah, but then fucking Aslan shows up and she's all shocked or whatever, and then he just like eats her.
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
It's very anticlimactic.
Oh, wait a minute. Lucy didn't get a stick. You got a never mind. I completely forgot.
Well, yeah, she got like the healing juice or whatever, and
Yeah,
like a dagger,
a dagger. For some reason, I
which
thought the
she
dagger
never
was.
used.
I thought the dagger was a stick for some reason. Um,
Yeah, I don't think she ever used the dagger.
I remember she got that totally like, you're not gonna fight at all, so we're gonna give you this MacGuffin power that's gonna come in handy at one point later in the film.
And I think the only person that Susan shot with the bow was the little dwarf guy.
Yeah, yeah. Peter and honestly, Edmund did most of the work. Peter did some stuff.
Yeah.
Aslan ate the queen.
Yeah. And then I think the battle just kind of stopped after she died. She was just like,
Yeah.
okay, I guess we're done.
Well, all of her people were kind of like this. I mean,
yeah, I'm out.
but of course, predictably, Edmund's dying, but Lucy uses her holy water, I guess,
Yeah, something like that.
to save him, and he doesn't die.
She dipped him in the Lazarus pit.
He didn't come back insane though.
No. Well, he wasn't all the way dead. He was just mostly dead. But that's a
big
different
difference.
fantasy story.
There's a big difference between mostly dead and dead.
Yeah, for sure. And then they all get crowned kings and queens. I don't understand how that works. Like, we're gonna have fucking two kings and two queens. But
And
Peter's the big
and
king.
their siblings, and I'm like, this is weird. But anyways,
Yeah. But Peter's like, he's the main king, but he's not the main king because Aslan is the main king. It's like, why do we have all these fucking kings? Like, why do?
Yeah,
There's too many kings. There's too many.
And it doesn't even. I forgot that you get a time skip where they're all adults. And they.
Yeah, I looked into this. They were there for 15 years.
Yeah, I forgot this scene happened because I was like, oh, how did we have sequels then? And then I remembered, I'm like, oh yeah, they just go back and it's like it never happened, even though it did.
So you gotta wonder, like whenever I see a story that does something like this, where they go into this place and they live out all these years, then they go back and no time has passed. So like they went through all this, battle shit. They became the kings and queens, and then they lived there ruling for 15 years. And I know this happens at least to a degree because I think The Horse and His Boy, one of them is like they're going to see someone about like having a marriage or something, and so that there was like some sort of relationships happening throughout this whole thing. Like they all the older ones, Peter and Susan, they had already kind of like gone through most of puberty, but the younger ones still had they went through puberty in Narnia. And I find it hard to believe that none of them, messed around while they were there. Because there are humans there. They don't call too much attention to it, but there are humans in Narnia. Yeah. So imagine going through puberty, growing up, being a ruler of a country, probably having some sexual experience or other, And then it's like, well, I'm 8 years old again.
See, I always just like to believe that they're just pretending they're king and queen in this one corner of the and the rest of the world's like, oh, it's the weirdos again.
Yeah. Just like imagine how fucking bizarre that would be. It's just like imagine like walking through a door and be like, well, fuck, I'm 10 again. What do I do now? Like,
yeah, and of course you're fucking scarred in the brain for like the rest of your life now.
yeah. But at the same time, like, I think in Prince Caspian, like they call attention to the fact that, like, for instance, Lucy had learned how to swim while in Narnia, but then when she went back to the real world, she like forgot how to swim.
Because that makes sense.
So I don't know. It's bizarre. I've also when I was looking into the whole like how long they were there. There was I kept seeing people on Reddit like trying to calculate how like the time dilation works. Like it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work that way, dude. Read the books. Like it literally enough time passes. Like the amount of time passes is exactly what Aslan wants to pass. It's like that's it. There is no time dilation shit. Like because there's a 15-year gap, and then when they leave Narnia, and then by the time they go back in Prince Caspian, literally hundreds of years have gone by. But then between Prince Caspian and Voyage of the Dawn Treader, it's like 3 years. So it's literally just whatever the fuck Aslan wants. That's how much time passes.
I fucking love when Redditors try to overanalyze shit. And I was like, nobody cares this much.
And also you got to take into account, like Lucy went in, right? Originally, when she met Mr. Tumnus. She goes back out. And then like the next day she goes back in. And it's like literally only like a day has passed there too. So like there is no like hard and fast rule with the time dilation. It just is whatever the fuck Aslan wants it to be.
Yeah. He's a trollish lion. Like he'll just be like, oh, fuck with him. I'm gonna fuck with him today.
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty comical.
Is it bad that like I still enjoy this film, but watching it again, like after all these years, I'm like, this movie's fucking stupid. Like it's so many
yeah. Well, I mean, part of it is because, as we mentioned before, like none of the main characters are really likable in this movie.
Yeah.
Like
even in the book, like they're not super likable either.
That's why I like see this one definitely has like that place in the world, you know. This one is like the iconic one, obviously, when you look at the box office numbers. But I personally feel like Voyage of the Dawn Treader is the best one. Because partly because in that one, Peter and Susan aren't even there. They're too old. They're too old to be in Narnia, which is like literally that's the reason that if you hit a certain age, you're not allowed to go back.
Yeah.
And then so that one in Voyage of the Dawn Treader, it's Lucy and Edmund and their cousin, who's Eustace or something like that. And he's a little shit because he's like a rich kid. You know, he's like a fucking little pampered prince, kind of like piece of shit kind of guy. Well, he's a kid, but either way. But he kind of goes through like a similar development as Edmund, where like he starts out super annoying, but he actually like. And I honestly feel like he and his little friend from Silverchair, I feel like they're the better pair.
Yeah.
But we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah, because I can tell you one thing. I have massive nostalgia for this book and movie. I got like no nostalgia for the later ones, so like that'll be very interesting revisiting.
Oh, you have seen them before?
I've seen them when they came out, but like that I saw them once and just didn't care afterwards. So
yeah, Prince Caspian didn't really like for the book and the movie. I wasn't crazy, but like it's not bad. It just didn't speak to me, you know.
See, the Lion Witch in the Wardrobe is nostalgic because it was like a phenomenon when it came out. Because there was so much hype for that movie, like, which was bizarre to me. Because like rereading it now, I'm like, there was hype for this, I guess.
Well, that's the thing. Well, that's what I was saying before. Is I really feel like Disney was really hyping it up because of how like the massive success of Lord of the Rings. And they wanted to have their own Lord of the Rings-esque type of property. And Lion and the Witch and the Wardrobe is the closest you're going to get because C.S. Lewis and Tolkien were like buds. Like they would like run their stories by each other. They would have like weekly meetings at a bar. They would hang out and drink tea and shit. Like, so like they were both reading like the first drafts before they were published, like giving each other advice and shit. So like, this is literally the closest they were going to get to Lord of the Rings without actually getting the rights to Lord of the Rings.
What's crazy,
which would never happen because Tolkien despised Disney, despised them.
It's so crazy now when you think about it too. Like Disney, like back then they would just like do stuff to get like their versions of other things, but nowadays they just buy shit. Like they bought Star Wars, they bought Marvel. Now they just milk those to death. It's really funny too when you think about it. Like we'd said earlier, like Pirates came out right around the same time. And Pirates easily became the bigger franchise.
Yeah, for sure.
By far. Which is funny because it was the original story too, like that Disney kind of threw together. Loosely based off of
the ride.
Yeah. Yeah. Disney did that a lot. They'd make movies based off park attractions and to varying success.
Yeah, I think part of the reason why they did that was it wasn't even like the money we make from the movie is fine, but really we want people to go to Disney World and just to go on the ride.
My favorite is still the Country Bears, which was based off the Country Bear Jamboree, which is a attraction that does not exist anymore, in a movie that most people only remember for what's his name, Christopher Walken, being Christopher Walken throughout it.
It's about right. But yeah, so that's the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I can't.
Yeah, still enjoy it as a film, but looking back at it, it is so stupid.
Yeah, it's still a fun watch, but it's not one that is for me. It's not Lord of the Rings. You know, like I go back and I watch Lord of the Rings at least once a year, probably more. Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is like, yeah, I'll watch it once every maybe 5 or 10 years.
Yeah. I might read the book if I ever revisit it.
Start at the beginning with The Magician's Nephew. I love The Magician's Nephew.
That's my plan. I was gonna, if I do read this, I'm gonna read from start to. Oh my god! Holy shit! This is so stupid.
What?
Oh no! A bookmark in here. It's my school photo from fucking elementary school. Oh no.
What have I done?
And it's a bookmark for the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children.
Were you missing or exploited?
No, it was a school, probably one of those like school things. It was probably one of the fundraisers. I just like, what is this? I'm like, oh, that's something.
So maybe at some point in the future, because obviously we can cover the other two movies, but then we'd kind of be, that's the best we'd be able to get out of like the movies. Maybe the ones that weren't adapted, we could cover the books.
Yeah, honestly, that might be easier. Well, there'll be much more planning involved. I'd say just because me and reading, it's not always the quickest process.
Well, I still want to do the Witcher book, but we'll
do the Witcher first. It's just I'll let you know when I get it done. That's probably gonna be the best way to do it.
Fair enough.
Because I can think life will be good, and then fucking something will happen. I'll be like, fuck, again.
Yeah, that happens.
But yeah, that sounds like a good deal. We'll do the 2 other movies, and then we'll cover the unfinished books after.
Yeah, since now we have no. Well, let's be real. It's probably not happening. The Netflix reboot. It's probably down the drain. They just haven't officially said it yet.
Yeah, it's gonna show up like years from now. We're gonna be like, oh yeah.
Well, if it ever happens, then we'll cover it then.
Yeah. 20 years from now, we'll still be doing this.
I'd like to hope.
Yeah, you never know. I don't know where podcasts are going to go in like the years, but we'll find out as it goes on.
I feel like they've set their roots too deep for it to stop now. I feel like podcasts are just gonna it's like how like I feel like podcasts are like the adult equivalent of kids watching like let's play videos.
Yeah, yeah, because most of the people that made content, most of the people that watch Let's Players are doing podcasts now.
Oh, so are you gonna listen to Steve's podcast?
Oh, which one?
The Steve from Blue's Clues. He's making a podcast.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Steve from Fine Time. I was like, what are they doing on Fine Time? I was like, what are they doing on Fine Time this year?
No, Steve from Blue's Clues.
Steve Burns.
Yeah. He's doing a podcast for his grown-up friends. All of us. I'll be listening. I'll be listening to it.
I'll read the reviews because I don't want it to become a Ned's Declassified situation.
I don't think it's going to be.
Did you see they were talking about the Israel-Palestine war, and I just was like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
I haven't listened to their podcast at all.
I don't listen to it. I'm still have it on my sub page just because I like to see what nonsense they're covering now. And I saw that pop up. I'm like, are you guys insane? Like, you were the last people. Like that's a topic that no one should really be covering unless you're actually involved. And I'm just like hitting her, going like, what? I'm like, what are these clout chasers doing now?
Yeah. That's no good. No good.
That podcast actively that went from being like the one like live action Nickelodeon show I still like to being now I just dislike it because I can't stand the actors.
So next week, are we still doing the first 2 Z movies?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay.
And we can start Darker Than Black as well.
Nice. Very nice.
Now that I got it working.
Yeah. No shit.
Oh,
and as far as like the video quality, like the video file that I have, it's not the best. I mean, it still looks fine, but there are points where it looks a little out of focus.
That's all right. Well,
but
I'm sure it'll be fine. But yeah. So yeah.
Fucking bastards, holding out on us.
Yeah, we're getting a Kaguya thing, so I can at least be happy about that, I guess.
When are they going to open up the Aniplex vault? You know, like how they used to do with Disney. Where's that? Open the vault, you fucks.
They're going to just respond back with no. They're going to take down 3 other shows, probably.
Yep. Most likely.
But yeah. But anyways, guys, once again, thank you for joining us on Geek Addicts. You can find Geek Addicts on all the major podcasting platforms, particularly Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Be sure to check us out over on the Superpod Network. That's superpodnetwork.com. Awesome site where you can find a whole bunch of different videos, blogs, podcasts. The Game Club is currently going on. We're covering Legacy of Goku 2, finally. Matt finally forced that one into existence. And
people are playing it. Come on, Thrak. I know you can do it.
Hey, Tony's playing it, so that's a good sign.
Something at least.
Speaking of Tony, he was recently on the most recent episode of 3D Out, so be sure to check that out as well. And yeah, another good one. Thanks everyone for listening, and we will see you all later. Hopefully, I'll be awake by then.
Have a good one.